KD6BQ, K6MYC. You want to log the first one? KD6BQ, you were pretty weak considering I'm pointed at you, Richard. KD6BQ, K6MYC, over.
K6USY 1079.
Good evening, Aaron.
Hey, good evening. And I got a text message from KB6, no, not KB6, K6VBG. So if we can get him in there, and then me and Bozo 1100.
We'll get you all in here. Judy's speedily writing everybody in. Who do you need? You got Aaron. That was K6USY. Okay, I'm rotating here now. Let's see. Okay, so we have so far KD6BQ 249, first one. KD6BQ 249. Did I hear Charlie Mike 98? Is that what I heard? I assume you're checking into the Southern California net. Are you checking into Southern California? I cannot get your call. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC. I'm Bozo 47, Central California, Northern California net control, over. Must be talking to the guys down south there. Okay. So I got, you got KD6BQ 249.
6USY 1079.
Yeah, and then
KD6BQ.
KK6ZKE.
Good evening, Terry. KK6ZKE, KK6 Zulu Kilo Echo. Good evening. Boy, you're early. We're early too here. We just got out here a little bit faster than normal tonight. That's 7:04 for Terry. And how are you doing? It was cooler this weekend, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was very nice. I was just working in the garage on a little CW key I bought over at the ham swaps last time.
Yeah, very good. Did you get it working?
Yeah, I bought it because it was brass, and I thought, you know, let's see if I can clean it up. And it cleaned up pretty good, and yeah, it works fine. It has ball bearings on the pivots. That's different.
Yeah, well, that's if you go really fast so you don't get the key too hot, you know.
Yeah, I can't even do my own call in code.
Oh, boy, okay. Well, that you'll be a brass pounder regardless pretty soon here. You got it all cleaned up and looks like brass. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's sort of nice, really.
Good evening, Terry, KM6SR, and good evening, Mike and Judy.
Good evening, Rob.
Hey, Mike, when Aaron checked in, did he give you K6 VBG's check-in?
Yes, sir, I got it.
To check him in, over.
We got him.
Roger.
Is he okay, or was he just out to dinner or something?
I'm not sure. He wasn't going to do the 10-meter net that they do, the old-time radio net tonight either, so I'm not sure. He just texted me and said, check him in, over.
Yeah, well, he's probably out there maybe giving him a Father's Day dinner or something here. No worries, we got Dave all checked in there, and I pointed south, looking for N6SWR. If you're in there, Ben, we're a little bit early yet, but we're also looking for KB6RQU. So anybody down south, we're also looking way into Los Angeles. I'm hearing some propagation from Los Angeles this evening, so we might hear Pat, W6PMD, and some others, so we'll stand by. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie standing by.
N6SWR, Bozo 247.
Oh boy, okay. Boy, you're weak. You're way down from normal. I think I'm pointed right here. Where am I here? 150, I'm pretty close, yeah, 150 something. So we should be hearing you better, but maybe it's just conditions. We're very windy here. And maybe it blew all the tropo away, Ben. N6SWR. N6SWR, Bozo. N6, yeah. 6SWR. And it's 249. Ben, Bravo Echo November, Ben. Okay, Ben, take it away, and let's see how we do with you. Maybe I'll wiggle the antenna a little bit here. Very windy up here. N6SWR, K6MYC.
Roger. Well, thank you very much. Just check me in and continue on with the net. Copy's a little tough down here tonight.
Well, give me more chatter. I'll find out if I've got an antenna that's screwed her up or something here. Give me a little more chatter, over. Rob, why don't you give him a try?
We'll get some good weather, I suspect. Hopefully I've rattled on long enough for you to zero in on me.
Okay, Ben, good to hear you. N6SWR, KM6SR. Yeah, Mike's still having some issues there, so he said for me to give you a holler. How you doing?
I'm doing very good tonight, Rob. I appreciate you being there. You came up a little bit there, so I don't know if you did something differently or whatever, but I think it's just propagation is a little sideways today.
Yeah, probably propagation. I think the wind started blowing down your way, haha.
Yeah, there's no wind here at the moment. It's, the trees aren't moving. It's stagnant.
Roger, Roger. Yep, we've got a little bit up here. So anyway, thanks for being there. Good to hear you. KM6SR, back to net.
Roger. N6SWR, back to net.
Yeah, we're okay, Ben. It was my fault here. I thought I had the controller in the manual position, and it was in the programmed position, so it went down to 132 instead of 152. This should be better, Ben, over.
Much, much better. You're much louder now.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. It's my eyes. I thought I had it right, and I didn't. Anyway, good to hear you. Sorry we didn't get a chance to try with you on Thursday, but I guess you were moving the antenna and didn't get a chance to get things back up. Maybe you'll have this week's a little bit cooler. Maybe you'll get a chance to get out there and get the 432 antenna remounted. Over.
Roger. We'll give it a shot. We'll just have to play it day by day.
Understand. Well, it's not going to get hot according to our notes here in our area. At least it's going to be in the 90s, pretty much low 90s all the early part of the week here, and it doesn't even hit 100 till we get to Saturday. So you got a pretty good window there, I think. Anyway, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in, and good signal now that I'm pointed right. N6SWR Bakersfield DM05 K6MYC. Okay, how about Rick? KB6RQU. Rick, are you there? Well, we're right on straight on 7:30 here, so we should start to hear some regulars popping in here. QRZ Bozo Net, 2 meters. I'm beaming south at the moment, K6MYC. Awfully quiet here in Radio Land.
W6BBS 72.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
Good evening, Frank. Good evening, Daryl. KM6SR, standing by.
How you, Rob?
Good evening, Daryl. Good evening, Frank. Sounding good. W6BBS 72, we got you. And And Daryl, you're sounding good in here as well. You're louder than normal here. I don't know why, but we'll take it. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox. Go ahead, Ben. Daryl.
I picked up a couple of rotors. One's a great big son of a gun. I'll have to. I haven't even gotten them out of the back of the car yet, but I'll get you names and model numbers as soon as I do.
Okay, very good. You can describe them. We know what they are. There's only a few different models out there.
Okay, well I'd have to have them in front of me. Like I said, I haven't got them out of the car yet. One is pretty good size.
Yeah, where'd you pick them up?
Well, Dr. Dan got them somewhere and passed them on to me I can have one of them, and he wants them all checked out, so that's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, when you see Dr. Dan again, give him my best wishes. We've had a little trouble communicating with his office, and some little problems there, but not related to Dr. Dan.
Well, anything to do with, those people, it's tough. I mean, good luck even calling up there.
Well, it sounds like you have the same trouble I do.
Well, I don't know. The wife has a way she gets around it, and if it gets real bad, I just call the Dr. X. But that's always last resort.
Well, he gave me his cell phone number a long time ago, but I think I've misplaced it, and I don't like to call him anyway. He's so busy. I wish he could get another helper in there, another doctor on board, and that would give him a little window. A little more time, maybe.
They brought a pediatrician in there recently.
He did a what?
They brought a pediatrician in there recently.
Oh, okay. A pediatrician for all you guys making pregnant women, are you?
That wouldn't be me.
Wouldn't be you either. Wouldn't be me either. I'm past my prime, over.
Come down. That's right, me too.
We're all laughing. Okay. Enough of that.
Yeah, enough of that.
For sure. Frank, over to you. And hopefully you got rested up and got some dinner in you there. W6BBS K6MYC. How's the air conditioning in this in the beacon room working?
Yeah, it worked pretty good. I had left it on high cool and just guessing at the temperature because it's just this dial cooler. And when I got home, it was about 84 in there. So I played with it a little bit with the thermostat. And I tried running it on low cool for a while, but it was keeping up, but that was about it. And so I got it back on high cool. But it did real good today. Of course, it wasn't as hot today as usually is, but everything stayed nice and cool. And when I got in, I walked in and laid my hand on both radios and no excess heat or anything there, and everything was running nice. So it's a good working scheme, and it didn't seem to draw too much power to hurt me too bad either, over.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, you've got a couple of radios more to put in there, but maybe we can get some of the radios to do double or triple duty there, and that'll help. I understand KJ6, is it KJ6KO? I understand that at least 222 is working. So there is a beacon on 222 now, and it's KJ6KO, and I don't know where it's located, maybe in the original location, I don't know. But Ken said he heard it on the other evening. So that's good. Anyway, let's see, who else do we have in here? I'm pointed south toward Lake Isabella, KJ6, KB6RQU. Rick, are you there? No, Rick, okay. We're missing a whole bunch of other people. I'm ready to go to Atascadero if we don't get some others in here, over. Boy, it's very quiet. Okay, we're going to go to Atascadero then. The heck with you guys.
It's Father's Day, Mike, so they probably got other things going on. KM6SR.
How could that possibly be?
Well, it's that Sunday in June.
Yes, it's Father's Day, all right. Everybody's abandoned us here. We finally got back to a total body count of 3 people here. Matt's not feeling real good. His shoulder's okay. His arm is okay, but his hand's hurting him today for some reason. Probably because he's not used to having it immobilized for now in excess of a week. And his hand is just aching for no apparent reason. But it's frozen. He can't take it out of the cast for another couple of weeks. So he's going to have to live with that. It's an internal problem. He doesn't have any scabies or anything on the skin. It's just inside. So hopefully that'll go away after a little bit. And Judy and I are sitting here enjoying the slightly cooler weather here. So here I am toward Atascadero, looking for W6QUI, W6QUI or KN6EIV. Over.
Kilo November 6, Whiskey Victor.
Give us the call again, very light. Over.
Kilo November 6, Echo Whiskey Victor. Sorry, Mike.
Oh, I hear you. Got you, Eric. KN6EIV. Kilo November 6, Echo India Victor.
Kilo.
KN6EIV. And his number is 1044. And that's Eric in Atascadero. Eric, pick it up and let's see if we can. I don't think you're on the hill. You must be on at the home QTH there because you're way down from normal, but still, I think, readable. So everybody perk their ears up and listen to Eric here. KN6EIV in Atascadero, I believe at the home QTH, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, that's a negative on the home. I'm up here on the hill, and I can hear you guys really good. I guess it just ain't making it over there today. I'm 4-element Yankee here, and high powered, but I guess it's just not reaching yet.
I'm hearing you good there, Eric, KM6SR.
Rob, all right.
Yeah, you're coming in. You're booming in here, man.
Maybe Mike's got his pointed a little bit different there, but yeah, I usually hear you guys pretty good. I don't have much dirt in the way, so that's a good thing. Good to hear you.
Nice hearing you guys too. I believe that Ron is here. He said he's going to check in, so I believe he's here. Well, Ron, where are you? W6QUI, go ahead, K6MYC. I do not hear Ron, Eric. Yeah, Mike, I do not either. I guess Father's Day, and he said his daughter was going to come up, so he said he's going to get out here and do it. He said he thought he would. Let me check him in anyway, okay? Rob, I'm not copying him very well, so what did he say?
He said that Ron was supposed to be out there, but his daughter was coming by, so he asked if you could check him in anyway. So I've got him checked in. Thanks, Eric. KM6SRR.
Right on. I appreciate that, Rob. Thank you for checking Ron in. His Bozo number, just in case you need it, is 1055.
Roger. Yeah, I've got both of you guys' numbers committed to memory there. Over.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hey, I got a question for you, Rob, before you take off.
Okay, go ahead. I think Mike is telling Judy to write the numbers down, so go ahead.
So, how did you do in that competition 2 weeks ago?
I didn't do very good. I wasn't really trying that hard there. I had a lot of weed cutting to do, and I was behind on it. So the other competition, I think I got third or something, one last September for the UHF one. Over.
Oh, last September you got third. Right on. That's cool. Yeah. How did everyone else do? Do you know? Did people do real good over there?
Yeah, Aaron was complaining about it. Wasn't quite as good as it was last time he was doing it, but I think he and John did pretty good there. Over.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, I enjoy just making the contact with whoever's in the tournament or
Yep, no, I get that. That's kind of the way I do it. Last September one, I turned them in for the first time. So anyway, yeah, it's I like to help the other guys get more contacts. Over.
Yeah, I think that's the good part. You know, I got to tell you, there was a kid over on South Boise. He was 36 miles away from me when we made contact. I told him where I was at. It was, his first time to make kind of a long contact on this was FM, but it was on a handheld. And he was like 36 miles away, and it blew him away. He just was so happy about it.
Any Docky, you don't have real good distance, so that's a good thing there. Over.
I know, yeah. I love that too. They do that. It shows them what it's capable of. Hey, Rob, ask him what he's running for power.
Okay, Eric. Mike was wondering what you're running for power over there. Over.
Yeah, it's the 706 Mark II G on high power. 50 watts, okay. Boy, it's just not working here. I don't know whether it's the wind or what, but you're about Q4, but you just don't have any peaks. I moved the antenna 10 or 15 degrees either side of center, and you barely go away, but you don't come up. Wow, that's just wrong. Yeah, sorry about that, Mike. I don't know what to do about that. Dang, don't know. Maybe I should have brought up my amplifier. Well, normally you'd be fine, I think. So anyway, I copied that time 100%. So it's a little bit better. It's getting a little better, but not anywhere near your normal signal from the hill. That's why I thought you were at home. That's the difference. Over. All right. right, let me get you out, get going, and thank you very much for checking in, Eric, and I'm glad you had some success in the contest. You did make quite a few people with that Charlie Mike 95 happy. You made them happy with Charlie Mike 95, I should say. How are you copying me down there with the 1500 going your way?
You're just zooming in here, there's no problem. Yeah, you're coming in just fine. Well, I'm glad I could make some people happy with the Charlie Mike 95. That's cool.
Yeah, well, that's a good rare grid, so you're always going to get a lot of action there. If you and the bigger station you could put on, the more contacts you'll get. Over.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to see that. Last time I had that 9 element, but I went to some other places. It's not as good as this deal here. You know, the other goes for higher.
You're going right into the noise, Rob.
Yeah, he was saying something about this one wasn't as good as the last one he used. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Well, anyway, Eric, we'll see you tomorrow, perhaps on 6, and or maybe Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday back on 2 meters again. Thanks very much for being there and passing on Ron there. NKN6EIV, K6MYC, going up to Monterey and looking for WA6LIE.
WB6JNP.
Good night, KN6EIV, sir.
Good night, Eric. KM6EIV, KM6SR. I think I heard somebody else in there. Over.
Yeah, that was Dane, WB6JNP, and he's number 107. Dane. Good evening, Dane. And good to hear you. I guess you're home now. You're a little stronger than you were when you were on the road. Over.
Yeah, we're back home, Mike. Everything's fine. We'll be headed out again. But, for the moment, we're back at the house. So, strange things going on, but not to discuss on the radio. Anyway, we shall talk to you later, just sitting down for Father's Day dinner. K6MYC, WB6JNP.
Okay, strange things going on for you locally or politically. You don't have to give details. I'm just not sure which area you're referring to. Strange what?
Medically and not me.
Okay, well, that's personal. Okay, understand. Very good. Well, hopefully it'll get sorted out for you, Dane. Were you, the other day when you checked in and I had you pretty weak, I think I was pointed north and you were in Fresno. I think somebody said you were down Mobile in Fresno or Clovis somewhere, right?
Yeah, I was in Clovis and I was on vertical.
Oh, well, all those things. No wonder I was struggling. Very good. Thanks, Dane. Enjoy your dinner. And we'll talk to you probably tomorrow on one band or the other. WB6JNP, K6MYC, now heading toward Monterey.
Yeah, Mike, I think the fun thing is with us, when the signals are weak, we typically know why they're weak, as opposed to some of the new guys that are wondering, why am I running all this power and can't get anywhere? But anyway, we understand it, and that's part of the game.
We know why you're weak. And I got terrible wind. How's your wind up there?
Let's see. Right now I'm showing about 2 miles an hour.
Okay, because we're blowing 10 to 20 out here at least. Some gusts higher. So it's really huffing and puffing. The worst wind I've seen for over a month. Over.
USL. Yeah, I'm on the low elevation wind thing. I'm showing about 2 miles an hour. When I look out at the trees and all that, I'm not getting a whole lot of motion, so, maybe 4 or 5 up on the top.
Yeah, okay. Well, looking out our kitchen window, that was just raging. We have foliage right on the other side of the window, and it was jumping all over like a fire hose was on it. Big difference up here, I guess.
Dancing redwood.
Yeah, and the dancing redwoods. We've got 3 big redwood trees that are about 25 years old now, 24 years old, and they're about 50 feet high, and they're right nights in the line and close together, and when the wind blows like this, they move at different elevations, different ways, and we call them dancing, because the hips move and the chest moves and the head moves, all in different angles at different times. Over.
Yeah, I know how that goes. And I was going to say, gee, redwoods at 50 years old, mere youngsters.
Yeah. No, I planted them when I moved here, though. Right after I moved in here, I think I had them in the ground in less than 3 months after I moved here, because originally there was maple trees and they just drop leaves all the time. So I cut the maples out of there and replaced them with the redwoods, and they love it here. They are just growing like weeds. Anyway, 7-3, we'll see you tomorrow night someplace. WB6JNP, K6MYC, now pointed toward, what is that?
Monterey.
Okay, I'm over toward Monterey, so let's see if we can get Scott. Scott, I wonder if you're still in the hospital over there. KN6EIV, no, that's not right. WA6LIE. WA6LIE. Scott, if you're there, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, over. Maybe they're having Father's Day dinner celebrations in the hospital there. I'll come back again in a second. Maybe we'll have Scott, Tom try for you. KW6S, are you freed up, or are you still having dinner there? KW6 Sugar, K6MYC. KW6S, KW6 Sugar, KW6S, K6MYC, Bozo Net, over.
K6MYC, KJ6NQI, Bozo 271, over.
Okay, I hear you. I think that's, I want to say Jason, but that's not right. Darn it. Anyway, give it to me again. You were fading badly up and down, rapid QSB, and I only got half the letters. Go ahead.
Yeah, KJ6NQI, kilowatt Juliet 6, Mike Queen Italy, Bozo 271, over.
Roger, KJ6MQI, KJ6, Mike Queen Italy. 271, and I forgot the handle. I always get it screwed up. Over. Is it, I want to say Jacob or Jason?
Yeah, copy. You're so close every time. Yeah, Juliet Alpha Romeo Echo Delta. Kind of a weird name, but always appreciate you giving it a shot. Over.
Roger, Jared, we got it. There's about 3 or 4 choices in my head when I get into the J category of those new vintage names. And you're one that doesn't come into focus real quickly, Jared. We got it, and a little weaker than normal, but I may not be pointed quite far enough north for you there in the redwoods. So good to hear you, though. Let me see if I can get a little longer transmission from you, and I'll see if I can peek a little more signal out of you. KJ6 Mike Queen Italy, K6MYC, Bozo Net.
Yeah, Mike, hey, it's good to hear you out here. I know I've been absent for a few weeks now. Wife and I just got back from a long tour over in Italy. We went with her mother-in-law and got to see Florence and Venice, and just a wonderful time. Great weather, everything went really well. Glad to be back home, though. You know, the weather, you can't beat it over here with the low humidity and the coastal breeze and everything. So glad to be back in that and not dealing with just as much heat as here. Back to you, Mike. This is KJ6NQI.
Yeah, boy, you're just going up and down, and I'm not helping you any by moving the antenna. You're coming in the best I can get you here. Conditions are very poor tonight, but it may be because of our high wind here. I think the wind is disturbing the tropo duct across the valley here. So that may be why I'm having so much QSB on you, Jared. I forgot what you said, or didn't quite get what you said, but I know you were out of action there for a couple of weeks, and I can't remember why, but I remember you told me why. It'll come back to me, but I'm not copying well enough to hear it for sure. Sorry about that. Just conditions are not real good for me tonight, and I've got noise on top of everything else. KJ6MQI, K6MYC for your final, Jared, over.
Yeah, copy. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I know that. I can tell the same thing. I've got a very big butterfly effect happening out here where it's just fading in and out. A lot of QSC, but still making the contact, and you're coming in clear enough to where you're very readable. Anyway, I'll throw it back to you, Mike, and thanks for hosting the net as always. K6MYC, KJ6MQI.
Yeah, Roger, Jared, fine on the duplicate conditions on your side there. I copied that one 100%. You're right on the edge, right on the edge of Q5, but we got you all okay that time. Thanks much. Good to have you in here on a Sunday. Hope you had a good weekend, and we'll talk to you later on in the week, I'm sure. Good to have you back. KJ6MQI, K6MYC, beaming right into the middle of the Bay Area and looking for Bozo check-ins. Over. Two of you, perfect double. You just completely took each other out. Try it again and see what. Give me the call twice. Over.
KB6, Kilo Bravo 679. Did I go first or no?
Okay, I think I got both of you, Gary and Mike. Up in Daly City, let me turn up your way a little bit more, Mike, and get you. Let's try that, Mike, and see if we get you a little bit better here. I have a granddaughter who lives in Daly City, or right close to you there, and she was telling us about your weather. So her comments on your weather was matching what you've been telling me. Hi. They were enjoying it over here, but even at 90 degrees, they were a little bit warm, and they really enjoyed the pool. Yeah, I'm not even excited about going in the pool at 90 or 95 here. It has to be 100 before I get terribly excited about the pool. But the pool was a big draw because most of the people that were here were from the Bay Area. So you could imagine they were thrilled to see a nice warm pool with 90, 95 degree outside temperatures. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, KB6 WFC, K6MYC. Go ahead, Mike.
K6MYC, KB6 WFC. You're like and tell them that we have a little bit of breeze and it's cool, and the amp is turned on. Amp is back on. KB6WSC.
Oh, that was what it was. I was going to say, I told Judy you just faded right out, but it sounded like the amp just dropped on you. Okay, I missed the part about the temperature. You were just saying what the temperature was. Over.
Yeah, I think it's in the 60s and no fog and sunny.
Neither one of us could copy that. Try it one more time.
No fog, sunny, and in the 60s.
Okay, no fog and 60-degree temperature. Boy, yeah, it was 35 degrees warmer here, so, or 30 anyway, so big difference. Anyway, they headed back today. They left about just a little bit before noon. So they're home, and everybody got home safe after a long drive to the back to the Bay Area here. Thanks, Mike. Good to hear you. And it's a solid copy when the amp stays on. Hi. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, Daly City, K6MYC.
Happy Father's Day, all.
Thank you. Same to you.
W6JNN.
WB6JNN. WB6 Japan, November. And that's Jim 285. Good evening, Jim. Jim Eagleson. Take one, and then we'll get it over to Gary there, who is also in here. WB6JNN, East San Jose, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. I'm just here playing with some pictures I took of the sky a typical Sunday here. Went to church this morning and had a little bit of an evening. Well, we usually go out to lunch afterwards, and this evening I had a sandwich. And otherwise, pretty much took a nap this afternoon. It's been reasonable temperatures here today, all day. No complaints. WB6 JNN.
Yeah, okay. Well, we were reasonable here, too, in the low 90s, which is quite nice for us here at this time of the year. We're expecting to stay that way almost the entire week. Should stay in the low to mid 90s until Saturday, and then it's going to break 100, I think, next Saturday, they say. That's a far-out prediction. It could get there a day early or a day late, but it probably will come back up. It's a very cool summer so far here. And probably not a good day to fly your plane over here, at least. We had a lot of wind and really came up strong in the afternoon. Very strong wind. You would have had at least one lost airplane here for sure. WB6JNN for your final, and then we'll pick up Gary, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was too windy. I didn't even try because the one that I have right now is a glider, and it would just take off. In fact, I often have to force it down even when it's not windy. So, you know, it wants to just hang up there. It's pretty much maybe a controlled flight. WB6 JNN.
Okay, yeah, well, we'll look for you tomorrow night. Maybe the wind will die down and we'll have a little better conditions. Look for you on 222. You'll have a nice signal when you run half decent power on 222 over here, Jim. Good evening for now. And Gary, over to you. Well, hopefully we can copy you. We're down a little bit from your normal signal. Everybody's down. The band seems to be very disturbed here with lots of funny QSB tonight, Gary. WB6 WNI, Whiskey Bravo 6. Or is it Kilo Bravo? No, I can't remember what the prefix is. WNI, K6MYC. Go ahead, Gary.
K6MYC, WB6 WNI. So Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November India. And I'm going to talk a little louder since you said the QSB is bad. Your signals are steady, but weaker, but that's okay. 1090. I could just, what Jim said, it's windy and it came up very quickly. It wasn't windy during the day, but it's definitely windy this evening. So, but it's okay. It helps keep the place cooler. And hit about 78 here, 78. And so, wish everybody a happy Father's Day, by the way. So, nice, very nice Father's Day in here with coffee and the Bozo Net. Very great. You know, it can't be better, as they say. Anyway, Mike, I don't have anything else. I'll pass it back to you, particularly since conditions are a bit iffy. K6MYC, Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November India.
Okay, we got Scary. Thank you. WB6 WNI 1090, if I'm not wrong. And good to hear you. And the conditions are kind of poor, so we'll just move it along this evening and hope for better conditions later on in the week. Gary, I'm sure we'll hear you again. WB6WNI, K6MYC, Bozo Net, looking for more check-ins from the Bay Area, please, over.
KB6BA.
Hey, there's Oliver, KB6BA, Kilo Bravo 6, Bravo Alpha. 900 K6MYC. We missed you last week, but I guess you're in here now. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Got distracted doing a bunch of other stuff, but remembered tonight in time to check in. Had a fun visit at the Owens Valley Radio Astronomy Observatory there at Bishop last weekend. Long drive there, but worth it. K6MYC, KB6PA.
Yeah, long drive, and it was probably hotter than hell over there. What were you?
95 or so, but had a bit of air conditioning in the observatory offices and a couple of interesting lectures, so a lot of fun stuff going on. Also visited Dennis Kidder. I think it's 1062. He lives in Inyo Kern. He's a huge Collins Radio guy, and I was nice to live with him. Hadn't seen him in a few years. KB6BA.
Okay, yeah, I haven't talked to Dennis for a long time. KD6BQ. No, that's not right. What was Dennis's call?
I think it's N6DQ. I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, that may be at N6 Bravo, Quebec. Okay. Anyway, fine on the Owens Valley and the observatory and the lectures and all. I'm glad you had fun with that, but it was a long drive over there. Boy, that's 5 or 6 hours. What do you? Oh, that's the kiddies. We've got kiddies that are joining us finally. They were petrified all weekend here with the dogs. We had 4 dogs here all weekend. So the kiddies are still just starting to come out of their shells here. We're in the barn where they hide out in the barn. So but they've joined us here now, and they're lonesome for human contact. So we've come out many times this weekend, but not enough to satisfy their hungriness for companionship. Anyway, Sparky's in here, and he's laying up on top of the amplifier, getting warm. He's on top of the 2-meter amp. Okay, good to hear you, and welcome back, and I'm sure we'll hear you on the other bands throughout the week, Oliver. KB6BA, K6MYC, looking for check-ins, 2-meter Bozo Net check-ins in the Bay Area, please, over.
W6PQL, Romeo.
Okay, W6PQL, and who was the other one?
SO6, Quebec Radio.
KE6QR, good evening, Gary. Hang on a second, we'll get a little bit more in your direction. Let's get W6 Papa Queen London in. 1296, Jim, and see how you're doing. The conditions are pretty terrible, Jim, so real chopped up audio because the wind is high and it must be really disturbing the tropo here. W6PQL, K6MYC, over.
Well, you're fine over here, Mike. We don't have the winds that you're experiencing there. And you're about S7 to S8. A little bit weaker than normal, but it's okay. Very, very strong signal. And quite readable. Had a busy weekend here, too. Had a lot of people over on Saturday. And about 35 adults and children. About 15 of the kids were in the pool most of the 3 hours that this party was going on. It was one of my granddaughter's 11th birthday party. They hold it over here because we got the pool. And I had to split my time between that and a recital for one of my other granddaughters in Livermore. So I stayed here for half an hour or so, shot over to Livermore, sat through a bunch of boring dance recitals until my granddaughter's was over. A bunch of kids in about 5-minute increments that did various things. And then once hers was over, I was able to escape and come back. But the party was breaking up by the time I got back here. But I did get a cupcake, and that's good. By the way, kitties sitting on top of amplifiers are the reason I moved the vents over to the sides. K6MYC, W6PQL.
I missed the last comment. Say it again about cats.
Yeah, the fact that they like to sit on warm amplifier tops.
I guess so. I don't know why they'd want to do that tonight. I think he's just desperate for companionship, but he's sound asleep up on the amp. Of course, your amps don't get warm on the top. You're blowing the air out the sides. So he's not totally stupid. The top probably isn't very warm. Very good on your activities here. We didn't have 35 people here, but we had a pretty good group. I think we probably had 20 here when at the peak. So pretty close to 20 anyway, and we had a lot of fun in the pool. The pool was the big attraction here because almost everybody here was from the Bay Area, or at least the coast. And so it kept a lot of people in the pool because they thought it was hot at 95, over.
Well, it is over here in the Bay Area. We start to melt at about 90.
Yeah, I know. I had to really get convinced by Judy to go in the pool. She begged me for several times to get in the pool. I finally had to put some shorts on and get in. First I've been in the pool with clothes on for 3 years, over.
I know what you mean. I don't normally get in there. My granddaughter gets me in because she likes the pool and she wants company. But most of the time, unless she talks me into it, I'm comfortable sitting in a lounge chair somewhere.
Yeah, I hear you. I like to sit there and just listen to the the bedlam noise.
We put lounge chairs in the pool. It was delightful.
Yeah, well, you ought to see what Kenny did, my grandson. He took one of our tables, which has a hole in the middle of it. This is a big glass-topped table that seats about at least 6. And he took the table and put it in the pool. We have a deck that's just about, water's just about 20 inches deep. So when you put a chair in there, the only thing that's touching the water is your butt. And he took his computer in there on Friday and conducted business. He did his business. He can do a remote from his office, where the place he works. And so he was in the pool with a big umbrella over the top of him, sitting in the pool, laying back with a keyboard in front of him doing work. What a life, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, at least you can do that. You know, it's kind of pleasant when you can spend part of your working time working from home or remote locations, but you know, 100% of that's not good either, because you need to be around people occasionally to really keep in touch with what's going on. So that sounds like a very innovative way to do it.
Yeah, it was the table was in the pool before I even got out there the first day. So he had it in mind from the get-go, and it stayed in the pool till last night. He finally took it out and got it back to normal, which didn't bother us at all. Everybody enjoyed the pool, and it actually turned out to be quite a little round table area in the evening when it was dark, and getting dark anyway. So there you go. I'm glad you had a good time. Hope your Father's Day went well. It sounded like it did. So Father's and Grandfather Day. Hi.
Busy.
Yeah, busy. All right. Thanks, Jim. And let's see. I think the other station was, who was the other one? Oh, yeah, KE6QR. Yeah, Gary, make a transmission, but give me about 10 seconds to get the antenna more in your direction. You're on the light side, about readability 3. KE6QR. I think it's Lafayette, K6MY.
Vallejo, North Bay area, just across from Martinez, sort of. Anyway, this is Kilo Echo 6 Quebec Romeo. We had a fun time in the contest, the VHF contest last weekend, but we found out that Mount Diablo is terrible now for an RF area. It's just horrible. There was this horrible noise that was coming locally from some of the communication sites up there that just totally wiped things out. But except for 1.2 band, it didn't bother it at all. I did make some contact from up there, but now I have to step. Mount Backup was awesome, and for the first year ever, I had my 1.2 gigahertz going, and I actually made 10 contacts on that, so I was kind of pleased with that. But next year, instead of going up on Diablo, we're going to switch back over to Mount Tamalpais for Saturday, and then Sunday on Mount Backup. And I do have my satellite station totally 100% working now, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay, you must have turned it back to me, Gary. You're up and down. I got parts of that 100%. Other parts we copied very poorly. I got the idea you had terrible problems up on Mount Diablo with cross-mod and inter-mod and all that, and I can believe that. I think those digital transmitters are a bad source of that stuff. The digital stuff that's up there is probably, the TV stations now have gone digital, and I'm sure that's not helping you any. You can sort of deal with analog, but I'm pretty sure digital makes it even worse, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I'm sorry you didn't have as much success as you wanted. I think I heard you say next year you'll be doing Mount Vaca and Mount Tamalpais. Hopefully that'll be better for you. KE6QR, Martinez area. What is the town you're really in? K6MYC.
Vallejo, Victoria, America, Lima, Echo, Juliet Oscar, former home of Mare Island Naval Shipyard on the north shore of San Francisco Bay, population 120,000.
Yeah, just say the name of the town, don't spell it. I didn't get anything of it, over.
Vallejo.
Vallejo, yeah, I know Vallejo. I know all the towns up there. I just never remember that you're in Vallejo. I knew where Russ was, of course, but and I always put you in the Lafayette, Martinez area, but Vallejo, got it. All righty. Very good. I wish copy was better. You're up and down. That's massive QSB on top of very chopped up short duration QSB. And I've got noise in your direction, so I got the blanker on. Add all that together, and it says, poor copy, Gary. It's not your fault. Hi. 7-3, thanks very much for checking in. Maybe Gary is 177 KE6QR and 177. Good evening to you, Gary, and we'll see you hopefully on Wednesday or maybe. I heard part of your comment about 1296. You were not able to get on 1296. I think is what you said. You were not able to get on 1296 from Mount Diablo, or you did not have the band. That's a shame. I could have worked you easily, but it might not have been. I might not have been on the band at the right time. I only made 5 contacts. That's pathetic. I worked 20 when we have a net, so it was terrible conditions for 1296. KE6QR for a wrap, K6MYC.
Oh, I did have 1296, and I did make 10 QSOs during the contest on 1.2 gigs, and that's with 10 watts and a small beam on a painter's pole. What I was saying about Mount Diablo was 1.2 was the only band that was not affected by the interference up there. It was crystal quiet. The other bands, and I've never had this problem before, but Mount Diablo has always been where I made my most contacts, but it was horrible. It was horrible, so I'm not going up there anymore. And I won't miss that drive. That drive was awesome. Okay, have a good one. 7-3, we're listening, and you're up to 20/9 right now. K6NYC, K6QR.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you were able to make 10 or 12 contacts from up there on Diablo. You did a lot better than I did. Too bad we did not work you from there, but you must not have been on Saturday night. I got on 1296 about 9 o'clock on Saturday night. 9 o'clock Saturday night, we were on for about a half an hour, but really struggling. The band was in poor condition and the activity level was low. All right, let me shoot for anybody else in the Bay Area and see if we have anybody else here, Gary. Thanks much for your feedback. E6QR, K6MYC, back to the Bay Area. Anybody else in the Bay Area for the Bozo Net? Over.
N1PPP is trying to check in.
Yeah, I heard N1PPP. Good evening, Dave. November 1, Papa, 336, K6MYC. Good evening.
Okay, he's relaying in KA6OSX also.
Yep, I'll get that. You got Dave in there, N1PPP, and the other one's KA6 Ocean Sugar X-Ray. KA6OSX. And his number is 160, Kent. Okay, very good. Thank you, Dave, if you're copying me. Thank you. We got really ragged conditions tonight, really poor conditions. Gary, tell him thanks. We got Kent and Dave all logged in. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're logged in, Dave and Kent. Relay A6QR back to Mike.
Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
7-3, I copy you now, Dave. 7-3, good to hear you. Hope you had a good Father's Day, over. Guess he's not hearing me, Gary.
He said he hopes you had a good Father's Day there, Dave. He's gone.
Okay. 7-3, guys, and we're going to Sacramento. K6MYC towards Sacramento.
Ken up there, N6RO.
Oh, that's right. Let's get Ken. Say, who was the other breaker? Was that you, Ken?
No, AJ6QS.
AJ6 Queen Lima. Okay, way out of order here, George, but we'll take you. Alpha Juliet 6 Queen Lima. What in the hell is it? 683? Is that it or something?
No, 1031, but I'll wait my turn. If you're not in Sacramento yet, I'll just wait my turn, over.
Well, that's okay. Give me your number again.
1031.
Okay, I don't know why I always got you down in the 3-digit area, but I'll have to put you up into the 4-digit. 1031. We got you, George. Thank you for checking in. If you can stick around a couple of minutes, it won't even be that long before we get to you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
I'm down here at November 6 Radio Oscar, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO, how copy?
Oh, good copy. It's all chopped up with funny QSB, but you're probably hearing the same thing on me. It makes you sound like you're coming out of a machine gun there. But anyway, 835 for Judy, 835. Good to hear you. Hopefully you had a good Father's Day or whatever, over.
Yeah, well, happy Father's Day to you, and howdy to Judy. We spent the weekend in the usual situation, operating all night on the radio, the All-Asia CW contest. And we went 4 single benders this year because of problems on 10 PG&E related, and 160 antenna is compromised. So we all had our individual efforts and reported scores. All 4 of us on A through 15 are leading in the world in the competition, so it was a good one. I'd like to do an antenna check with you.
I'm sorry, I missed the last comment.
I'd like to compare a new antenna.
He wants to do an antenna check with you, Mike.
Okay, antenna check. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the 2M9 up on the 140-foot tower. But it's got about 5 or 6 dB loss in the coax. And I'm switching now to a 2M7 that I just put up this morning on a 20-foot PVC mast temporarily. And when you were pointed the Bay Area, you were actually louder on this than you were on the tall antenna. But when you're pointing direct, it looks like about an S-unit advantage over the high one. How do you see it down there, Oliver?
Well, it sounds the same, but there's very little difference between the two, but I can't see the S meter here. Maybe somebody else can. Was it Robert or you, Frank, that gave the report? Go ahead.
That was me, W6BBS. And if you can hear me, Ken, you were like an S1 but Q5 copy on the taller antenna on the first antenna. When you hit the second antenna, you dropped down to where I could hear you talking, but you're barely in, and I lost you. So for me, at my elevation, the first antenna was significantly better. Over.
Did you get that, Ken?
No, I could just hear someone talking. I'm seeing about maybe 7 or 8 dB difference, the advantage to the high antenna, which makes sense. And there's less noise on that, too. So the 2M7 is a success in its temporary location, and I can't wait to get it up about 50 feet.
Yeah, I think it'll be better at 50 feet by it'll easily equal the other one, I think, because of the feed line loss going to the 9 element. But in my ears here, just in ears, I could not hear any difference. And this radio is pretty sensitive in terms of AGC. Does not have anywhere near the AGC capability that the FTDX101 does. So I would have heard a big difference if there was an amplitude difference of any note. So here at least it sounded very comparable. So I think you got a winner, particularly when you get it at 40 or 50 feet, Ken. And I'm not blowing smoke, as you know. I don't do that. At no point to that. N6RO, K6MYC.
Yeah, well, the whole point is having 2 antennas, so I can instantly switch between your direction and anywhere else. So far a success. The concrete is secured, and I'm just waiting for my team to do the install on the 40-foot tower. Hope to have it going by September. We'll see. Hot day here? Well, no, normal day here, 88 degrees, and I got by without any air conditioning
back to keep it from going over 90, which helped the operator and all the radios. So, good weekend as usual. Well, I shouldn't say as usual, but a good weekend anyway. I'll see you tomorrow on a couple of bands, N6RO.
And congratulations on your 4-band activity. All 4 operators with world leading scores. Outstanding, Ken. What an effort. Wonderful. You sure got a team there. You guys sure know what you're doing in the contest world. There's no question about that. Congratulations on that one. Glad you had fun. Sounds like you did. Spirits for a guy that's been up all night. Over.
Oh, yeah. The highlights, the 15-meter operator, Dave WD6G, set a new record for North America. And WU6P was close to it on 20 meters. He had 556 Qs. 15 was 640. Our 40-meter operator did not have an antenna the first night due to my mistake on cabling, but he still ended up with 300 plus. And I had the best multiplier I've ever had on 80, 72 mults. The QSO total was third or fourth that I've had, 146 by 72. Anyway, enough of that. We'll see you tomorrow, N6RO.
Hopefully it'll be at least as good copy tomorrow on 222. Sounds good. We got everything all okay, and again, congratulations. Sorry you had some mix-up there on 40, and I guess you had PG&E problems on 10, but when you had a band, you had it by the ears. Thanks, Ken. 7-3, we'll see you tomorrow. Go get some rest. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC, heading toward Sacramento.
99.
Yeah, it was about 90, 95 here today, not real warm. Okay, heading up toward Sacramento. KJ6KFB, how about it, Darren? Don't hear Darren in there. KO6KD, how about you, Bill? KO6KD or KJ6KFB, K6MYC? Nothing heard. How about you, John? KR6MR, K6MYC.
Good evening, Mike and the group. K6MYC, this is KR6MR, Bozo Net 59. I have not heard anything from Bill or Darren this evening. Over.
Okay. Pretty rough copy, John. I didn't get much out of that, but try it again. My ears are kind of shot. I got the volume up so loud, we got noise and all kinds of other crap in here. But we copied you pretty good signal strength, but I overshot the heading, so I brought it back a little bit. This should be more like right on you. KR6MR, K6MYC. Try again.
Okay, Mike. KR6MR, Bozo 759. I did not hear anything from Bill on FM this evening. Over.
Yeah, I worked Bill briefly this morning on 40, but we had a 40 and 20. We had kind of a bad day because I had another outage, a PG&E outage that didn't affect my operation on the air because the house is off grid, but my well and my water system was on the grid, and we still did not have the generator working properly. We did get the generator working early in the evening when it first went out. We let it run all night. But then they told us that we would have power back in the morning, so we went up and turned the generator off, and we still didn't have power. So there was a period of about a half an hour, and then all of a sudden they called us, and all of a sudden we realized that they had hooked it back in about 8:30 in the morning. but it really screwed up my radio stuff in the morning. Anyway, that's the story, but I did hear Bill briefly on 20 meters this morning with very poor skip conditions between us, as you might guess. Anyway, back to you, and then we'll look for you, of course, tomorrow on 6 meters, and we'll take another standby for Bill and Darren there. KR6MR, K6MYC for your final.
Yeah, okay, thank you. It was fairly cool, only 86 degrees here today. Did not have to use air conditioning or the whole, we just turned the whole house fan on about a half hour ago, and we'll probably turn it off in an hour. So it's been very, very pleasant up here, over.
Yeah, it wasn't bad here. We had the air conditioning on lately all day, but we had the swamp coolers off, so if we just run one air conditioning in the house, it's about equivalent to 2 swamp coolers. So we did okay, and I noticed at the end of the day we were charged up to 97%, so everything worked perfectly normal on the off-grid system in the house. But it was warmer here. It got up to about 93, 94. I didn't ever look at it, but just by feel, 93, 94, probably about 3:40 in the 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It got pretty warm. 7-3. We'll see you tomorrow night, John. Thanks again. KR6MR, K6MYC, listening for either Reading. We're looking for Reading, KD6SW, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, or KO6HS, K6MYC, calling and listing.
I copied the 20 over 9 in Oakley.
Is that you, Bill?
Negative, that was KR6MR. Oakley reported me at 20 over 9.
Neither one of us copied that. I'm sorry, I moved the antenna a little bit off of you. Try it again. What was your comment, John? Over.
No, I just said that RO in Oakley said I'm 20 over 9.
Hey, Mike, John said that Ken in Oakley said he was 20 over 9, KM6SRR.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, but he isn't 20 over 9 here. That's the problem. And most of it's my ears trying to copy through the speaker, and it was off subject, so I couldn't follow it. I heard all the words, but except 1 or 2, and it didn't go together and make sense. Okay, we got it, John. I'm glad that you're being heard. I know you're getting out well. It's not you. It's mostly me. We've got kind of poor conditions with really ratty QSB here this evening. High wind, and it's got the tropo very turbulent. So lots of very rapid QSB, which makes copy rough, John. Not your fault. It's our ears here with the chopped up audio. Okay.
Hey, Mike, 73. Tomorrow night I'll see you.
Yeah, see you tomorrow night on 6. We should not have that problem, hopefully.
756.
What was that?
756.
There you go, 756. KJ6 KFB. Go ahead, Darren. KJ6 KFB 756 K6MYC. Good to hear you.
Yep, I managed to get away for a minute and say hello. I heard you screaming in here, so I thought I'd open up my lungs and wish you happy Mother's Day, KJ6 KFB.
Yeah, same to you, Darren, if you happen to be a father. I'm not sure. I know you're married, but some married guys are still not fathers, knowingly anyway, over.
Oh, QSL. Understood. No, I am of that category. Yes, I have, used to be a crumb cruncher, but not much of one anymore.
Okay. Understand. Well, good signal tonight, and a pretty good copy. You're not chopped up like John was with the audio. Anyway, have not heard Bill. Do you know if Bill's around somewhere tonight? Over.
Well, I thought I heard him on another frequency earlier, so I'm not sure. He might have had to take a trip down the hall or something.
Okay, well, we'll log him in. I'm pretty sure he'll show up here before we're done. So you got Darren in here, but let's get Bill in. KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta, 776. And that's Bill. And Bill will probably pop in a minute here. Thank you, Darren. And we'll see you tomorrow on one band or the other here. Hi. Maybe 220 first. And maybe it'll be more stable than it is tonight.
Never can tell.
Okay. And we're looking. Yes, no, 756. 756 for. All right. Now one more call, Bill. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Oh yeah, late. Yeah, Mr. Late. Yep, that's why my last name begins with the letter Y. I'm always late.
Well, that's okay. We put you in here anyway because I knew you'd be here early, late, or otherwise. Over.
You know, I didn't expect to hear from you till closer to the top of the hour. I just, going by a track record, and anyway, sorry. Okay, well, anyway, hello, good evening to the net. Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta number 776 is signing in and saying good evening.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're running fast. First of all, it's warm in the shack. Judy's tired. I'm tired. We had a whole weekend of company here. We're kind of anxious to get in the house and have a glass of wine or something and relax a little bit and probably hit the sack early tonight. It was a jumbled up night last night, particularly for Judy because the phone kept ringing because we had power outages and PG&E were calling. And then she kept trying to wake me up, and I was a dolt. I couldn't wake up, and when I did wake up, I didn't hear anything, and turned into kind of a nightmarish night for disruptions. So we're both kind of tired. Anyway, that's what we're doing. We're just chugging along with the net here as quick as we can, and it's also about 90 in the shack here.
Oh, my goodness, 98? Oh, my goodness. Well, yeah, okay. Understand, no problem. 7-3s to you and Judy. Get things done, get out of there, and go in and get a nice Cabernet Sauvignon. Yeah, that sounds really good. All right, anyway, 7-3s. Have a good evening. We'll catch you later.
Oh, yes, it'll hit the spot for years.
There you go.
All right. Hey, well, we can both be wine snobs together, so that'd be cool. All right, Judy, take care. Have a good night. 7-3. See you tomorrow. KO6KD.
Okay, big fade there. Just went right out on me. I missed the comment, but we'll get it tomorrow. See you in the morning. Hopefully we'll be there at about 8 o'clock, give or take. Everything should be normal tomorrow morning. This morning was just a jumble with the generators and on and off and all the rest of it. All right, let me lie one more time for Reading. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW. What's the number here?
327. 327.
323, 322.
323.
Good. Yeah, that's good. That should be right for Reading. Let's see if we can get Reading in here. Reading. Charlie November 80. KD6 Sugar Whiskey. K6MYC. Over. Okay, I'm hearing your rumble. I'll check you in. I'm not copying at all. KD6 Sugar Whiskey. And that's 145. 145. Rich. Okay, Rich, no copy, but let me see if I can hear anything from Jerry. KO6HS. KO6HS. Jerry, how about for you tonight? K6MYC, calling and listening. Okay, over. We got the over. You're just starting to come up out of the noise, but I recognize your voice rumble there. We got you logged in, Jerry, but the copy is just dismal, as it has been for the last month or so. Sooner or later, we're going to get better conditions to you guys. I don't know what we're going to have to do, double the size of the array or something here. Hi. Anyway, good to hear you. Thanks very much for being there. I wish we had better wish we had better communications with you. I'll turn it back to you, Jerry, and then you can turn it up to Rich, and then we'll clear. KO6HS with KD6SW, K6MYC. 73, Jerry. Okay, 73. Go ahead, Rich. Okay, I heard you in there, but no readability on Rich at all tonight. No readability. 73 Jerry, 73 Rich. A6MYC, AJ6 Queen Lima. Are you still here, George?
Yes, I'm still here, Mike. AJ6QS.
Okay, well, we still got you. He's already logged in. Judy, you got him already. That's George. But you're booming in pretty good signal tonight, George, so I don't know why you're good and everybody else is in the tank. Over.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I have a new rig. I repaired a TS2000. It never worked on VHF, and now it does. So now I have 100 watts output power. Maybe that made a difference. Before it was 50, and early on when I started, I was at 25. Over.
Yeah, well, I think the 50 watts makes a difference for you. That's quite consistent. You're a marginal Q5 just because of QSB and flutter and the fact that we're copying you through the speaker, but pretty darn good signal overall. So congratulations on fixing the TS2000 there, George. Sounds good. Good, crisp, clean audio and good audio, too. I mean, even then when it's close to the noise, it's still very readable. So that's the most important point. Thank you, George. Thanks again for sticking around. AJ6 Queen Lima, K6MYC.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, and I will improve the antenna someday. It still needs to get higher, and then my signal will improve some more. So good night, and all the best to Judy, and talk to you later. AJ6 clear.
That's yours, 73.
73.
Thank you, Judy.
All righty. There you go. All right. I think anybody else in the Sacramento area we're missing KW6T. Russ hasn't checked in for a long time. N6RZJ. N6RZJ. And let's see, KE6ILX. KE6ILX. Any one of you guys in here before we go to Nevada? K6MYC. Nothing heard. Okay, Nevada, here we come. Up to Nevada, KD6BQ.
0.
KD6BQ, KD6BQ. Okay, 657. We hear you, Larry. Nice to hear you. N7 Whiskey Tango.
4.6.
What is?
4.6.
Yeah, that's okay. N7 Whiskey Tango. Good to hear you again. You had kind of a an in-and-out week last week, Larry, but good to hear you tonight. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC Bozo Net, over.
Roger. Yeah, you're up and down. You're 5 times and 5 feet of the noise. But anyway, we're here tonight. I haven't been too active on the radio here for there's Bozo Net here this past week. I've been doing a lot of 6-meter FCA and that's 6-meter side bit of a 6-meter also. Anyway, back to you, N7WC.
Last week you said was pretty rough for you. I didn't get why. I missed that a little bit of a breakup. Not your signal. It's just that it's so chopped up, and I'm sure you're hearing the same thing on me. Very chopped up audio as we've seen in the past, Larry. But good to have you back in here. Good to hear you, and certainly look for you tomorrow night on 222 and then 6 meters. 7-3, and let's see if I heard Richard in here earlier, I believe, so let me see if Richard's in there now. KD6BQ, how about it? K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249. You're S9 right now, but lots of QSB on the signal. Go ahead.
Yeah, same with you. We heard you in the early going there, about 25 after 7. We heard you tuning up on CW, and I tried to call you, but I did not get a response. I don't know whether you heard me or not, but we did get you. So you're logged in, and good signal here, very Q5 with the big signal, big amp on. Hi. Good evening to you, and of course we'll look for you tomorrow night on 6, Richard. KD6BQ, Wassaw Valley, DMO9, K6MYC.
Yep, very good, Mike. We look forward to catching you on 6 meters, and I think Daniel's probably in here, so let's give him a shout. But we'll say 73 now for now to you and to Judy. You guys have a good evening, and thanks for running the net. 86BQ in Wassaw Valley, Nevada.
Okay, very good. Solid copy with massive flutter. Boy, the conditions are really ratty tonight on 2 meters for me. We had high wind here, pretty high winds, and it's blown the tropo all to hell. So everything's all chopped up here tonight, Richard. 7-3, and we'll take a standby and see if Daniel's in there, and then we'll call us a night. I'm tired, and we're hot, and we want to get out of here. We had a long weekend with lots of guests and lots of good food, but we're tired. Hi. KD6BQ, over to you, Daniel. KE7UQL, Kilo Echo 7 Uniform, Quebec, London. K6MYC. Go ahead, Daniel.
Roger. This is 272, KE7UQL, over.
Roger, KE7UQL. Pretty good signal. K6MYC, good to hear you. And how was your Father's Day weekend, over?
Oh, very good. Cooler weather is always welcome at this end, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, it was cooler here, but not by much. Our cool weather is 90 to 95. That's cool weather for us, over.
Very good. Take it when you can get it, over. Hey, is there a meteor shower going on at the moment? Because I've got little pulses all over the sweep display, over.
We couldn't copy that, Daniel. It's not you. It's partially the solar panel noise from my neighbor, and it took a fade in the middle of it there. But understand about the...
Raining?
Did you say it was raining up there?
He was asking if there's a meteor shower. He's getting little pulses all over his screen, over.
There's a meteor shower going on, over.
What did he say, Rob?
He was wondering if there's meteor showers going on. He's getting pulses all over his screen there, over.
Well, I don't know. I'm not keeping track of meteor showers these days. We're probably a little bit past the normal shower. August 10, 11, 12, and 13. About a month earlier than that would be when the June showers would be. So I don't think it's meteors, at least normally, over.
Okay. It could be something else. Could be electrical noise. Okay, we'll let you know conditions are rough. KC7UQL 73.
Yeah, it's probably the aliens coming in, and all our radar is trying to pin them down. Hi. The aliens are invading you up there and trying to stay with the cool weather there, Daniel. Let's see if Stan is in here. K7SUN. Stan, are you with us this evening? Over. Okay, I do not hear Stan, so we'll call it a night here, and we'll go back to Porterville. 272. Okay, 7-3, guys, 7-3. We're going to get out of here, and we're going to go one more time into the Bay Area. Rob, I'll call for late checks and missed, and you can head toward Porterville, okay?
Okay, sounds good to me. And thanks for being in there, Larry and Richard. I heard you guys both pretty good there. KM6SR.
Okay, back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed. Late checks and missed in the Bay Area and Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz in the Bay Area, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, QRZ Bozo Net. Late checks and missed, over. Bay Area, late checks and missed, for 2 meters, Bozo Net, KE6MYC, calling and listening. KW6 Sugar, KW6S Tom, or AJ6 United, Alpha Juliet 6 United. Lee, are you here? KW6S, AJ6 Queen Uniform, or WA6LIE. Anybody? K6MYC. Boy, the Bay Area bombed out tonight. Okay. Porterville, go ahead, Rob.
Okay, Mike. Aaron texted me. He said he's listening, but he won't be here at the end of the net. He's cleaning the fish tank. Anyway, KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2 meter Bozo Net? KM6SRR with K6MYC. Standing by. KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight? Over.
Have to poke that boy with a pointy stick. He hasn't been in for a couple of weeks. KE6BK, Porterville. Eddie, I wonder if you're there tonight. K6MYC, over. How about KB6RQU on the backside? Nothing from Rick either. Okay. Okay, I got 32 check-ins. Pretty light tonight. Rob counting me. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I got to add mine up still. Sometimes N6BYH comes in late. Are you out there, Mike? Over.
BA6OYB, WB6COT. Anybody else in the Fresno area? K6MYC. How about KC5DTU? KJ6TYO, KE6VON. Boy, a lot of people missing tonight. Okay, it's QRT time, 73 to you, Rob, and just text Aaron. Thanks for setting everything up. We understand he's busy. See you tomorrow. Rob, KM6SRR, K6MYC will be clear. And by the way, the beacons are back on again, at least on 2 meters and 432. Over.
Roger on that, Mike. Yeah, I heard Frank say he got some AC in the shack there, or in his little house. So that's good. Yeah, I ended up counting 30. I forgot what you told me. Over.
32.
I'm missing 2 here. Well, I probably didn't put myself down, but over.
Yeah, well, you're close. 31, 32. We could be off by 1, or I might have somebody that K6BBG was in. You knew that, of course. Let me see who else was not there but there. KE6QR, we had N1PPP and KA6OSX. KJ6 KFB, KO6KD, AJ6 Queen Lima, George. The Reading boys were in there. Over.
Yep, I got all those.
Okay, well, who in the hell do we have that Frank was in right at the beginning. Read the first 3 call signs to me.
Yeah, we got Frank in there. We got Richard in there, 249. We got Aaron, and we got Dave, K6VBG, and we got Terry, and then Ben. Over.
Yeah, that was it. And that's
and Rob.
And then Rob, and then who?
Brittany and Rob.
And Brittany.
How about KG62NY?
Well, we'll take you, Marcus. Good evening. This is another one. KG6. I think it is KG6QNY. Good evening, Marcus. I forgot your number, K6MYC.
Yeah, that's all right, Mike. It's, I believe, 1091. That's my Bozo number there. Yeah, I just come in a little late here, but thought we'd try it.
Yeah, well, good to have you in here. I know you were in the process of moving, and Rob and a few of the other guys were helping you get stuff set up there. So it's good to have you checking in again. Good to hear you. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Mike. You guys have a good evening. Yeah, we've had Rob helping us, and so we appreciate it. Just want to see how this sounds. This is set by Ken's formula on his 9700, so we're hoping it's doing a lot better.
700 sounds pretty good. By the way, you know, the HF amplifier that I sold you, if you ever want to sell me that back, I could take it now. My grandson's moving to Idaho, and he's going to need it. Over.
Oh, my. I think he's going to need to talk to Rob now. Yes, I think we have a list of radios we are going to get, and we have a list of some things that we won't be able to use in this rental house, and that is one of them. All righty, we'll talk to you then a little bit later. Talk to Rob there.
Okay, so you won't be using the amp there where you are at the new place?
That's affirmative. We won't be using it.
Okay, well, I'll be happy to take it back from you if you want to do that. Over.
Yeah, that's affirmative. We will. We'll do that. Rob can help set that up. But anyway, yeah, I'll have that ready. It's still in a box in the garage here at this rental house.
Okay, well, you can probably just take it to the next club meeting. I may not make the club meeting. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but you could give it to Rob or Ken, and one of the other can drop it by the plant, and then they can get it up here. And remind me what you paid for it so I can give you the money back. I can't remember what it was. Over.
That's affirmative. We'll look that up. All right, Mike. You guys have a good evening. You too, Rob. Thank you very much.
I think I charged you about $4,000 for it, didn't I?
No, Mike. It was less than that.
I'm kidding you. Okay. I'm sure you'll remember. 7-3. Take care. Marcus, good evening to you. KG6QNY. Rob 73, good evening to you. We're out of here. K6MYC Bozo Net.
Okay, Mike, K6MYC, KM6SR 73. And thanks for dropping in there, Marcus, KG6QNY, KM6SR. Good to hear you.
Good to hear you folks also. Take care. Have a good evening. KG6QNY.
Right on. K6MYC going that way.
Pick up K6MI.
Who's that?
Pick up K6MI.
Oh, Oh, K6, Mexico, Italy. Okay, I didn't hear John in there. John, are you there?
Roger, Roger. We're here. Just got home.
Okay, 7-Eleven, the in and out guy. Very good, John. K6, Mexico, Italy. K6, Mexico, Italy. John, 711. We're eventually getting closer to 40 anyway. Thanks, John. Good to hear you. We'll talk to you more later in the week. Over.
Very good. We got back and getting ready for field day.
Yeah, right. Getting set up for field day. Okay. 7-3.
7-3.
Good to hear you there, John. K6MI, KM6SR, 73.
Hey, Rob. K6MI.